I just look forward to it becoming actually implemented with a lot of our participation, because in many of the projects that has been proposed before this, sometimes it doesn't materialize as much as we would hope to see. Thank you.
Any other? Okay. CCP, yes.
Just two comments concerning the JETRO proposal. I think for CCPIT, we're very interested to these two proposals. One is the desk officer for connecting all the information, either be trade and investment. I think it's a very good idea, and we will take seriously to study. I hope we can have a chance to follow up with your office in Beijing. And other comments, the second point is also concerning the encouraging foreign investment in Japan. And CCPIT is actually doing these things, and we are now at the moment very interested to see what is the situation for Chinese investors into Japan. And we want to make a survey to see what is the I should not say problems, what is the real situation, how to encourage Chinese investment into Japan. And also we hope that we have went back to Beijing to have a direct discussion. As I understand that your office in Beijing is very actively taking all measures to encourage Chinese investment in Japan, and we hope we can have a cooperation to see what is the what kind of situation facing the Chinese investment into Japanese market. Thank you.
Anyone next? ITC, please.
Thank you, and thank you, the chairman of JETRO, for this very interesting intervention. And thank you for all the comments. The ITC has been looking at this issue of the greater integration between trade and investment, and in fact we are making our WTPO conference in Dubai next 3 to 5 of November to center on this issue of how is the role of TPOs evolving from just export promotion to internationalization of business, and how there is an increasing integration between investment and trade, and how as small and medium enterprises have to integrate into global value chains, they have to also look at either investing abroad or attracting investment to expand their capacity, or team up with other companies in other parts of the world in joint ventures and other type of agreements and so on. So the role of TPOs is evolving, and we are trying to reflect that, and we are trying to look as ITC, and particularly in the section where that I am responsible for, which is the section that provides technical assistance for the improvement of performance of trade promotion organizations. We're looking very much at this area. I cannot make a commitment at the moment, but I have seen in this conference that there is a huge interest in this particular area, and I see with very much interest the proposal of JETRO of promoting the collaboration between TPOs to share services. Basically what we're looking here is how can the trade promotion organization of the other country can provide the trade promotion organization of the first country certain services, and how can they mutually help each other to promote the business of both parties. We are looking at that, and there are two ways in which ITC could probably help. But again, this is something that I will bring to the management of our organization to see how we can allocate resources to expand this. One of them is to prepare some kind of, if you want, a regulatory environment of how these TPOs can relate each other, like a code of conduct, if you want, that could facilitate and build trust between the different TPOs. I think that could be useful, and some points have already been touched by Jethro today, like question of confidentiality. You know, there are certain issues that are sensitive and that have to be. So one of them is how we could contribute to some kind of international code of conduct in this thing. The other thing is that we could do is to prepare case studies on successful integration of trade and investment. And this is another area that we could probably contribute, and we would obviously request the support of some of your organizations like Jethro or New Zealand Trade, which is not present here, but that is another agency that has integrated trade and investment, Austrade as well, and see how we could, ITC, prepare case studies that could be distributed to all of you, and you could benefit from the way and the experience and the particular techniques that these organizations have put in place in order to integrate these different objectives. As I said, I am not promising on this, but this is something that I will bring to our management and see how we could allocate resources to provide you support in these two areas. Thank you.
Any other? Please.
With the permission of the chair, in the first place, I would like to congratulate all the member TPOs who have made excellent presentation so far. The recommendations, Chairman, I have an observation. Recommendations made by the JETRO are excellent, but taking forward the point made by Martrade, establishment of cooperation for assisting potential investor schemes, I believe before going ahead with this scheme, the third part, considering possible invitation of investment promotion agencies, is recommended. Our trade missions abroad, the people from TDAP working abroad, though they are facilitating the investment as well, but they never route those queries to TDAP. It's the Board of Investment. So in our country, we have a structure that there is a central Board of Investment and there is a provincial Board of Investments. So I believe, without going ahead with the third recommendation, or at least for those ATPF members where there are two separate entities mandated with these, those should be invited, or for the investment promotion agencies, those should be invited, at least from those member countries which have separate Board of Investments. And then this scheme will, the establishment of the cooperation for assisting potential investors will work better, rather than inviting them. And we can obviously, like, in my case, TDAP can always facilitate all the requirements or requests from member ATPF member countries, TPOs, but eventually we will refer it to the Board of Investment. So the link gets weak if the organization which is directly mandated with the task is not in the loop. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Chair. I do appreciate the three report made in this afternoon. Well, in terms of the integration of trade and investment, I do understand the importance of it, and I do see the trend of it. But in terms of the capacity of the TPO for Taipei, currently we don't have the capacity to take care of the investment issues, either inbound or outbound. And these important areas are being conducted by other official government agents in Taipei. So that's the current situation. Then, well, if we were to, combine investment and trade together, then perhaps, as suggested by the chairman of our Japanese colleague, considering possible invitation of the investment promotion agencies to ATPF network, that could be one possible solution. And perhaps the other one is that if TPO in Taipei, we were commissioned by the relevant government agents in Taipei to conduct such activity, that could be the other possibilities. But nowadays, well, I cannot say for sure. That I have to report to you. Okay, thank you.
Any other? Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to add something about DigiNet. Our Directorate General is not related directly with the investment issue, but in practice, when we promote the trades and investment, we have some kind of the program and activities with our colleague from the coordinating promotion and investment boards. So in this case, maybe from the JETRO proposals, maybe we can adopt that we can cooperation with the others institution within our ministry when we talk about the investment. So that's my comment. Thank you.
Any other comment? Okay, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me a chance to join all of you here for my very first meeting in ATPF. And I also would like to thank Mr. Chairman of JETRO for the very interesting presentation and also very interesting proposals. I'd just like to have two comments. The first one concerning the first two proposals, which we strongly support, and we would be happy to contribute to further development of these two proposals. And as we have some limited experience working with other Japanese colleagues in METI to develop a system rather similar to the supplier matching support scheme, but it's more related to human resources, then we'll be happy to contribute and cooperate with other colleagues and JETRO colleagues on that. My second comment concerning the third proposal about inviting investment colleagues to this framework, I guess that our system is rather similar to a system in other countries, and that's why we share the situation that investment promotion agency is another governmental branch, another government ministries. But it's not really a problem of separate agency or separate officials to do the work. But the problem that we are now trying to focus in is the effectiveness of our work. Then I'm sure we all have repeatedly mentioned investment and trade are so much interlinked now. And in reality, what we are doing as TPO, a lot of activities are very much in the nature of investment promotion. And I believe that investment is a kind of realization of trade liberalization that we have tried to do through our FTA or agreements. Then I would like to take this proposal back for further consideration, and I guess that perhaps we can leave it to the freedom of member state or member TPO to decide whether to invite their national investment agency to join or not. But ATPF seems to be Trade Promotion Forum. Otherwise, we are facing the challenge of changing the name into Trade and Investment, and then the scope and the substance of the issue would be significantly reduced. Just to share the experience we got in Vietnam, investment promotion agency, they are playing more role in regulatory framework for the investment, not on the promotion part. The promotion part, promotion activities we are doing very much interlink. So I'm not quite sure at the moment what they can contribute to this kind of meeting. But anyway, thank you very much for proposing the idea, and we will look into that very carefully. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, if there is no other comments, I will be very short to adding, not summarizing, just some comments, because it is interesting. The presentations were very interesting and the comments very valuable. So therefore, combine these two, I just would like to express just certain points. The first, I think the CCPIT's view on this, working with the other TPOs and also connecting, because CCPIT is very quite large networking within this whole Chinese territory. So every corner of the CCPIT, depending on the geographical situation, you can find always good help and good assistance from the CCPIT and local areas. And we were discussing during the lunchtime about this with some certain cooperation fields with the CCPIT. And also Bangladesh presentation was, for me, very interesting. First of all, it is kind of export processing zones. Yes, we have all the exports. We went through all these stages, but there is countries which are not yet went through these stages as a tool of this export. So export promotion, export processing zone is as a tool of this export promotion is, I think, very relevant, and it is added by this different kind of this GSP scheme. For the developed countries, they are giving. For developing countries, they are receiving. Say, for example, European Union, the same as Bangladesh, gives to Mongolia 7,200 GSP plus scheme. But actually, we are not exporting to Europe 7.2 products or 72 products. Why? Maybe because it is not related too much convenient to our existing economic and export structure. Maybe because. Maybe because it is not, for us, it is not very easy to penetrate directly. Okay, once there is a scheme, no. And listening to Bangladesh experience and having such, say, for example, Korea gave us certain this, and behind that there is always kind of this criteria, classification of the countries by GDP per capita. And it is divided like LDC, developing countries, middle income, lower middle, upper middle income, etc., and so on. But it is now anymore. It should be. Because we already recognize that GDP is not measuring development. We already said that GDP is just showing the economic activity, not development pattern. So why we should still equip with this criteria? For example, Mongolia would like to get from Korea this scheme. But Korea will say, you are lower middle income country, so you are not able. So how about these other indicators, business structure, et cetera, and so on? So you see, this is very, I think, important question to address, not only by these TPOs, also by the governments. I think it is very important. Recently, there was some Minister of Foreign Affairs, and we were talking about this kind of GSP plus and GSP schemes. So this is important for the country like Mongolia and maybe Bangladesh and other countries, because for them, it is not about how much in volume terms the export or import. It is important what is the structure of the export, where it is value added or where it is promising kind of this innovative-based products, etc. So I think in this regard, Bangladesh experience in sharing is very important. The last not least, but made by JETRO, 3 proposals. As a participant, I fully agree and fully support. It is maybe our natural conclusion of our classical, our trade promotion era, and restart of this logical restart of the other type, other era of our trade promotion activities, combining suppliers, potential investors, and this investment in trade as a two side of the coin. So in this regard, I was just thinking that, okay, if we will do this, how about what we will do first? And there is some scheme, inquiry point. And in the morning I was meaning the same. And also investor confidence, which is very important, which is very essential for decision making whether to invest or not. Who is doing? Some newspapers, Fortune 5,000, whatever, 500, etc. But how about the TPO? If they will be experienced TPO and added by this investment promotion, why they do not engaged in this confidence? Because they can do what they can. They share with investors and they can ask, make survey. So that is investor confidence. So this kind of idea came into my mind, and I was thinking that this is the proposals. I think anyway, Chamber of Commerce will support. And I was discussing with Mr. Nishiga that once Mongolia soon, maybe after 6 months or some near future, Mongolia and Japan will make EPA economy. We don't know. We are first country maybe. And we were just thinking, okay, we will penetrate to Japanese market. But whether it is easy, I don't know. So we have to, as a 2 TPO, we have to create kind of group which will assist to our investors and businessmen so that they could easily meet each other and could build some good bridge for. So I think this is what you told. If we summarize what is this session. So with this note, I just would like to conclude. Yeah, please. And I will finish, and after Mr. Nishiga, we will start other session. Please.
Thank you, Chairman. Many encouraging and insightful comments, inspiring comments and practical comments. And different TPO has a different responsibility. Of course, I understand that. That is the situation. However, the world economy has been changing. The structure of the economy has been changing. And we TPOs have to adapt to the different environment. We have to deal with the trade related to investment. We have to deal with investment related to trade. We have to deal with the regulation and the promotion simultaneously, as the representative Vietnam colleague described. And our proposal is for your consideration. And just another comment is, in the case of JETRO, this organization was established in 1951. I was 1 year old at that time. I was born 1950. And 1950s, 60s, 70s, JETRO had been engaged in export promotion. But in 1980s, and the huge criticism about the trade surplus, we engaged in the import promotion business. This is unusual as a trade promotion organization, but we did that. And that activities continued until 2000. And then in 2000, the Japanese government decided, oh, it's enough for you to engage in the import promotion. We stopped it.
And now, our major activities is to promote trade, especially export, and to attract investment from foreign countries, and to help the SMEs in their doing businesses in foreign countries. Those are our activities. So the functions of our organization have been changing depending on the environment. So probably the other TPOs, like India's ITPO, will change in the future. At this moment, you are engaged in the export promotion. So having said this, the proposal I made, the three proposals I made, please consider seriously. I think as the representative of ICT said, ITC said, it's time for the TPOs to cooperate rather than to compete with each other. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now we will move to other session, but before I forget, and I was just also thinking about this de jure and de facto, you know, when certain laws, there is, for TPOs, there is a very strict functions are explicitly expressed in the law. In certain legislation, it is implicit. So that means you have freedom. So that means that maybe this working group could make small survey among these existing TPOs that how much, if we will willing to, you know, to combine this trade and the investment promotion together, what is the possible de jure and what's the possible de facto? For example, for MNCCI, de facto, it's possible. Even de jure, because our law is quite flexible. But in government-related TPOs, avoiding this duplication of these different institutions, there is a strict division of functions in labor. So I think each TPO can also think about it. Okay, so thank you very much. Now it is next session. It is about this, my lovely topic. I like this. This is about the green business, and we have seven TPO we will hear, and therefore I request you to be just in time, because we have the 7 representation. And now let's start. First presentation by National Export Development Directorate General of Indonesia. Please, Indonesia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincerest gratitude to the Mongolian National Chambers of Commerce and Industry, and also to JETRO and others parties involved in organizing this very important forum. And I would also like to express Director General of National Export Development regards and apology for not being able to attend this event since she has another schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, CEO TPOs, over the next 10 minutes, I would like to discuss the Indonesian concern towards forest product sustainability. It is contained in 3 main points. Firstly, definition of Indonesia timber legality assurance system. Secondly, the benefit of Indo-TLAS, and thirdly, current status of Indo-TLAS and indigenous effort in promoting sustainable forest product. Distinguished guests, based on the geographic, Indonesia covers about 181.2 million hectares, spread over 70,000 islands, and has the largest natural forest area in Asia and the 3rd largest in the tropics. About 70% or 133.6 million hectares of the land area is forested, Moreover, about 37% of the forest land has been set aside for protection or conservation, approximately about 17% for conversion to another land use, and around 46% of the forest is designated for production purposes. For your information, these slides explain about forestry product, including timber and timber product, is the 5th main export product of Indonesia. In the last 7 years, the value of Indonesia export from timber and timber product grew from $8.3 billion to $97 billion per annum. The trend is positive, is about 1.85% per annum, but in terms of the economy as the whole, the relative share of the forestry has dropped from 8.2% to 6.2% as the importance of the others commodity has grown more rapidly. Indonesia exports a wide variety of products ranging from plywood, pulp, and variety product of wooden furniture and handicraft. The value of this trade grew from approximately $7.3 billion in 2005 to $91 billion in 2008. And in 2009, after the financial crisis, the value of export decreasing to $75 billion. But in 2010, the upward trend resumed with the value $9.7 billion. Furniture, pulp, and paper product and plywood are the most important timber product by value. Meanwhile, export in 2013 of timbers, pulp, and furniture product worth is about $7.4 billion, and Ministry of Trade targeted the export of this product in 2014 approximately $9.5 billion. This year, Ministry of Trade targeting export growth to the world in 2014 by 4.11% with an estimated value of $190 billion, while the target of non-oil export in 2014 is set to grow by 5.5% compared to 6.5% in 2013, and its value is estimated to be the range of the $158 billion until $159 billion. Next. Furthermore, in line the growth of the Indonesia forestry product export, the main export market for Indonesia timber product are the UA. Within the AU, the main market destination for Indonesia timber product are Germany, UK, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Spain, and Italy. Forestry products are exported from all major ports of Indonesia, from Surabaya, Semarang, and Jakarta in Java Island, from Medan and Jambi in Sumatra, from Pontianak, Banjarmasin, Samarinda in Kalimantan, from Makassar in Sulawesi, and from various smaller ports around Papua and West Papua. Ladies and gentlemen, concern toward forest product sustainability is done at international and national level. And at international level, world acknowledges the role of tropical forests as lung of the world and the importance of tropical forests in addressing climate change. Some countries had already made a policy relating to timber imports, such as European Union, United States Amendment Legacy Act, Japan Goho Wood System, and Australia Illegal Logging Prohibition Bill. At the national level, Indonesia believes that sustainability of Indonesia forest resources is necessary. Therefore, Indonesia government commit for combating illegal logging through both hard approaches by law enforcement and soft approaches by development of Indo-TLES or SVLK. CPO, CEO TPO, distinguished TPO's delegates, the definition of timber legality assurance system is a national certification scheme implemented by Ministry of Forestry and designed to check the legality of timber from the forest through the point of export using independent auditors, verified institution accredited by National Accreditation Agency and are monitored by NGO or civil society. An Indo-TLS license guarantee that the operator timber industry has complied with the legality standard and criteria. Company that comply with the Indo-TLAS need to attach a fee legal document to their shipment for export. The fee legal documents specify that the timber product being shipped comply with the legality standard as stipulated in the Indonesian regulation. Thus, the fee legal document provide assurance that the timber and timber product is legal. Fee legal documents are issued by Conformity Assessment Body or LVLK in Indonesia. As for the Indo-TLAS certificate, the system has been implemented since January 1st, 2009. In this context, the Ministry of Trade has the mandate to ensure that all export of forestry products are in the line with the Indo-TLS scheme, Indonesia Legal Woods logo, and encourage the export to be more green business-minded by regulating the registration of exporter of forestry industry. On the ETPI key is allowed to export timber product from Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of Indo-TLAS implementation is to maintain sustainability of Indonesia forest resources for sustainable development, while the expected benefits are, firstly, to increase the competitiveness and creative positive image of Indonesia export timber and timber product in destination market. Secondly, to reduce or stop illegal timber and timber product and its associated trades. Thirdly, to promote certified legal timber to domestic and international market. And finally, to encourage forestry private sector to transform the way they run the business from conventional forest resources utilization to the sustainable forest management, which will help the attainment of REDD, reduction emission from deforestation and degradation goals. Distinguished guests and participants, I would like to slightly review the current information about Indo-TLAS. Indonesia is the first country in Asia to sign voluntary partnership agreement on forest law enforcement, government and trade, FLEGGT VPA with AU. The agreement was signed on September 30, 2013 in Brussels and concern a licensing system for timber product exported from Indonesia to any of the 28 AU member states. Indo-TLAS is also the first national timber legality assurance system in the world to be implemented based on FLEGT principles. Out of approximately 3,500 timber companies in Indonesia, around 5% or 637 timber-based factories already have TLAS certification on December 13 to get the Indo-TLAS certificate. A company shall be assessed by independent certification agency with a cost of 15 million rupiah or approximately around $1,280 US, and the cost of processing of the TLS certification is around 70 million rupiah, is around $6,000 US. Distinguished participants, these are mechanisms of the timber legality assurance system. Conformity assessment body are tasked to ensure that company audited operates in compliance with the Indo TLAS and have credible supply chain control. Companies that meet this requirement are certified for legality for a period of 3 years, subject to surveillance audit at least once a year. The legality certificate will expire after 3 years and can be renewed subject to a renewal application and another audit. Conformity assessment body are accredited by the Indonesian accreditation body against ICO or IEC standard and relevant regulation relating to Indo TLS and directed to fulfill their auditing task by the Ministry of Forestry, to whom they also report the outcome of their audits. As a standard certification practice, conformity assessment body are contracted by the company that wants to be certified and are required to operate according to the ISO, the International Organization for Standardization Guideline. Conformity assessment body also checks timber export using the legality verification process. If compliant exporters are supplied with an export license in the form of a fee legal document, or when the voluntary partnership agreement VPA is fully implemented with a FLEGT license. If the shipment is intended for the EU, any export without a fee legal license will be prohibited. If an exporter or one of the supplier does not hold a valid legality certificate or is found to be in breach of the relevant regulation, several things can happen. Firstly, the request for an export license will be denied, stalling the shipment. Secondly, the exporter in question is at risk of losing his legality certification altogether, making all export impossible until he has amended his operation. In the third place, if malfeasance can be proven, the exporter or his supplier are at risk or being prosecuted. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this next. Yeah. Yes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this flowchart is described the collaboration between Ministry of Trade and Ministry of Forestry of the Republic of Indonesia toward forest products sustainability. Since January 1st, 2013, the Ministry of Forestry and Ministry of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia has enforced and imposed Indo TLS is based on a certification approach, also known as operator-based licensing. To achieve certification, conformity assessment body must audit the legality of the operation of timber producers, timber traders, processors, and exporters. Any company or industry that exports its product will have to pass through the legality verification process in order to obtain fee legal document. If the company or industry has not been verified for its legality, then an inspection will need to be done by a conformity assessment body. On October 22nd, 2012, the Ministry of Trade has issued a regulation numbers 64 on forestry product export regulation to support Indo TLS. This regulation stipulated that the deadline for TLS certificate is January 1st, 2013 for export of plywood, sawmill, chipwood, LVL, and veneer, Group A, and January 1st, 2014 for export for furniture working. Ministry you are using to extend the deadline for the Group B into 2,000 small to comply with the Indonesian system exporting timbers product. And also, I would like also to take this opportunity to announce that on October, the Minister of Trade is preparing the 29th Trade Expo Indonesia, the biggest annual export product exhibition of Indonesia, will be held on October from 8 until 12 with theme toward green business. There will be a special pavilion in Indonesia which showcase sustainable product made natural resources including timber product, paper and furniture. Thank you very much. We would like to listening for the opportunity to be part of this important meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, next presentation will be made by Department of International Trade Promotion, Minister of Commerce, Thailand. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recognizing the worldwide concern for global warming, I think it is our job as TPOs to promote environmentally friendly business for a better tomorrow, as well as for sustainable growth of our business sector. In our mission to expand markets, to promote value creation, and to create competitiveness, the DITP has initiated many activities focusing on the promotion and development of environmentally friendly products, recognizing the need to maximize the effective use of natural resources and creating value through design and innovation. Because the effects of global warming is very apparent, today's consumers and customers increasingly have environmental concerns and awareness. For entrepreneurs and exporters, this situation presents an opportunity to create green products to appeal to these environmentally responsible consumers. Allow me to share with you some of the activities in promoting green innovation. First of all, we organize mini exhibitions on green and eco products in all of our international trade fairs. For example, in our gift fair, in the photo on the top left-hand corner, you could see an eco shop exhibiting green products from a group of young designers. The eco shop is a channel to promote green products for the public to become aware of environmental concerns through good designs. In addition, we recently also introduced the Innovation Plus Design Cafe, or ID Cafe, at our trade fairs. This is a cozy cafe that has trendy, green, innovative products on sale, while customers can taste organic coffees, drinks, snacks, with eco-friendly, modern design packaging. The coffee shop has been quite successful, and we have actually been asked by a shopping center. Actually, we've been asked by a shopping center to set up such cafe in their complex. All the furniture in our ID Cafe are also eco products. Somebody is clicking the thing not quite correctly. In our food fair, we have organic pavilion, which provides knowledge about organic products from the production stage to quality certification and the entire marketing cycle in order to educate both the growers, the traders, as well as consumers. These are just some examples of the organic products on sale. For furniture fair, we would have a separate exhibition in front of the fair to showcase furniture made from scrap materials as well as recycled materials. Even in our refrigeration, heating, cooling, and ventilation products sphere, or we call it RHVAC, we focus also on products that are environmentally friendly, using energy efficient and environment-friendly technologies and innovation. Secondly, the ITP participates in international trade fairs for green products and services in overseas countries, such as BioFac in Nuremberg, Germany, the Natural Products Expo West and East in the US, Distinctive Nutrition Asia Expo, and I think we cannot leave out Taiwan International Green Industry Show next month. Thirdly, we support entrepreneurs and designers to develop green products. In this connection, the ITP promotes the cooperation between the entrepreneurs and the designers under the project to develop green products, the examples of which are as follows. Renote. This is a company that attaches primary importance to the care of the environment. Therefore, Renote is made from materials that has been recycled. The cover is made from recycled scrap leather, and the paper is also recycled. Their whole production process is environmentally friendly. Even their buildings, lighting, and furniture are also eco-friendly. Lamps. These are products made from materials left over in industrial factories. These lamps, wall arts, and coffee tables are made from sheet metals, which has been cut out. So what is left is turned into value-added products, which at the same time eliminate the garbage from the factory. The last one is, this lampshade is laser cut from a single piece of wood, like when we cut paper and then we pull it up. So there's no scrap left and it's easier to transport. Fourth, the ITP organizes seminars and workshops related to green and eco products with the objective to provide an overview of the growing importance of green products to consumers, to introduce new ideas and thinking about eco-design, to allow entrepreneurs to identify green market business opportunities, and to encourage entrepreneurs and designers to initiate ideas how to develop green products in terms of design and innovation, quality standard, and packaging. Fifth, we give recognition to producers and exporters of environmentally friendly products through the Prime Minister's Business Enterprise Award. We have added the Best Green Innovation, a new category since last year. Six, last but not least, the ITP started to organize Thailand Innovation and Design Expo since last year. This year, the fair will be held during 18th to the 21st of September in Bangkok. In conclusion, from our experience in working with green and eco entrepreneurs, some useful lessons emerges. Other products may be purchased due to aesthetics or functions, but eco products, we find that explanation is needed to go with the product, to tell the consumers how environmentally friendly they are, and so that when they buy it, they have a certain value added to the product. Another issue was the reasonable prices. To answer the question, why should we pay more to conserve the world? So the designers and entrepreneurs have to think about the design of eco products in terms of not only aesthetics and functions, but prices as well. In conclusion, at present there is increasing business opportunity for green and eco products and services. So it is our job as CPOs to point this out to our entrepreneurs and to encourage them to move into this direction. In order to realize this business opportunity, design and innovation, as well as cooperation between designers and entrepreneurs must be promoted, while marketing opportunities must be provided. Finally, the ITP is pleased to present to all heads of delegation our re-note as an example of Thai green products. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, next presentation will be made Hong Kong Trade Development Board. Please.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, friends of ATPF. I'm very excited to be in Ulaanbaatar for the first time, so allow me to thank the MNCCI and JETRO for hosting and organizing such a wonderful event. My boss has always asked me to make my presentation short and interesting. I'm happy to report that I have achieved 50% of the requirement. My presentation will be short, but it will not be very interesting. So bear with me for the next 10 minutes. Hong Kong Trade Development Council is responsible for promoting our trade with the world, both import and export, from products like food, electronics, to services like legal services, financial and accounting services. So naturally, the very important green business falls under our responsibility. Perhaps a quick few minutes on a few quick numbers on the size of the industry in Hong Kong. We are talking about a value-adding industry of $900 million a year, growing at the rate of around 3.5%. We are employing 40,000 people, accounting for about 1.1% of Hong Kong's workforce. So, but the industry itself is well beyond these numbers. If we look at other sectors like toys, electronics, they are also producing a lot of environmental friendly products. So if we take a broader view about the green business, the figures is much bigger than the 900 million that I mentioned earlier. So TDC has a lot of work to do in terms of promoting our green businesses. In the next few minutes, I will share with colleagues the major approaches that we have taken to promote green businesses. The first two, as shown on the screen, are using trade fairs as a means. The third bullet on the screen is by bringing Hong Kong companies to the overseas market to have direct interface with their potential customers. And then the final bullet point on the screen is a way of promoting the green qualifications of all the companies that we are in a way representing. So let me go into Eco Expo Asia first. This fair started in the year 2006 as a very small fair to begin with, but over the last 7 or 8 years, we have grown substantially, still small in size, but the growth rate is quite respectable. We have growth in both exhibitors and visitors, and also the participating countries. And one particular interesting thing about the fair is that we have public engagement, which is quite different from many of the trade fairs that the TDC organizes. The next Eco Expo Asia is coming up in October for 3 days from the 29th of October to the 1st of November. So this is an open invitation to all our friends here to come and have a look in Hong Kong. This year we are expecting about 300 exhibitors from more than 20 countries. To name a few of the countries in our past editions, we have Canada, Chinese mainland, Germany, Japan, Macau, Russia, and Switzerland. So in terms of participation format, of course the fair will be organized according to different environmental disciplines, like waste management and things like that. Can you go back a little bit? You are faster than I can manage. In terms of group participation, we will invite economies to come and participate to showcase their capabilities as a country. The slides here show a few countries that have been participating in our show before. Next slide, please. So concurrent with the exhibition, we have a 3-day conference. The themes over the 3 days will include global green initiatives, waste management and recycling, green building, and energy efficiency. We're happy to report that we have attracted quite a lot of government officials from the region to speak about their green measures and perhaps what they are looking to buy to help improve the environment. We also have speakers from the business and industry sectors, and we also have people in the research sectors. The conference will also have a special themed luncheon this year. And surprisingly, and perhaps a pleasant surprise, is that we have attracted some non-environment business to become sponsor of the event, just to make sure that in the eyes of the public or in the eyes of the participant, a particular company is very conscious about the environment. For example, we can have the luncheon sponsored by a very famous bank in Hong Kong. Next slide, please. As I mentioned earlier, this is a very unique trade fair in the sense that it engages the government, the industry, and the public, because we think bringing the public to the knowledge of green and environmental protection is very important. So we have the last day of the fair open to the public. We are involving students, we are involving the teachers, the general public to come and have some hands-on experience of what protecting the environment is about. 1 or 2 years ago, we have brought in a few electric vehicles. So those with a proper driving license can test drive the vehicle in the open ground of the fairground. We have also got some green workshop so that the students or the publics can have some experience on what green life is all about. So all about is very specialized fairs for the environment. As you know, the HKTDC organizes over 30 international trade fairs in Hong Kong, from electronics, toys, fashions, and things like that. So in each fair, similar to what our friends in Thailand are doing, we organize special zones with green products so that the buyers could find it easier to look for green products. We are increasingly seeing international buyers looking for green products and looking for suppliers who meet certain. So the next approach that we have taken on to promote the green business